dud taco, and I did mention about that taco number one. That it was too high to be a discount. It looked like a regular line. Shea didn't even shoot a basket in that fourth quarter. Usually he's a lock for over 30 points, but unfortunately he didn't come through, so it spoiled one of our tacos. The pair we had him with, it hit. Second taco did hit. The NHL taco was 3 for 3 in the past 3 weeks. We hit that one. We're just waiting for the third taco. I also combined the pairs into a 3-man and a hit. So hopefully we can do better today. We still made some profit. So let's get started. I am starting the day one ladder day challenge, and let's get started on that. First top pick is LaMelo Ball. His fantasy score is at 40.5, and that's what I'm taking. I know he's back from, this is his second game back. Usually his fantasy score is at 45 or higher. So at 40.5, taking the over. Should be a good game against the Pelicans. LaMelo Ball is a go-to guy for Charlotte when he's healthy. I think he is nearly healthy at 40.5. I think it's a steal. As you can see, his past 2 games from back from injury, he's gone well over into the mid-40s, close to 50. He does have a ceiling of 62, 65. So I'm going to go right back to him again. And I'll be taking the over. And I'm going to be pairing it with the Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Stewart. And reason I'm picking Isaiah Stewart is for the fact that he's been on a hot streak. And another reason is because Cade Cunningham is also out. They are going against Minnesota. Minnesota does have the 2 twin towers with Towns and Edwards. So I think Isaiah Stewart is going to have plenty of opportunities to be active in this game. So I'm going to be taking his fantasy score. It's a respectable at 19.5, I believe. This is going to get bumped to 20.5 if not 21, closer to game time. I like it. He's been doubling his fantasy score, nearly 35. So with Cade Cunningham out, I'll be taking the over on Isaiah Stewart at 19.5. This is definitely going to get bumped. His PRA is another good option, but those are my top 2 options for today. So let's head on over to our 5-man that we're going to build. And we're going to go start off with 2 less props. And first one, I'm going to go with Spencer Dinwiddie. And these 2 props I have for these 2 fantasy scores, I use Daily Grind Fantasy. It has a 54% hit rate to go under. So I'm going to use that tool to help me on these 2 picks. Next up is Bam Adebayo. You can take his full game fantasy. It does have a 53% hit rate to go under. But I'm going to take his NBA first half fantasy just for the fact that he hasn't hit in his past 7 matchups. And Jimmy Butler is back in the lineup. So if he hasn't hit this without Jimmy Butler, I think Jimmy Butler's going to take more of the productivity. So I'm going to take the under on this one. I really like this one a lot, so I'll be taking the under on that. My third leg I'm going to go with is Alec Burks once again, but this time we'll be taking his PRA. You can take his fantasy score at 19.5 if you like. Actually, his fantasy score is not posted yet. But I did have his PRA going over in this matchup. The one I did have his PRA was Isaiah Stewart. I'm going to go back to him. And I'm going to be taking his PRA at 17.5. He's gone over in 7 in the past 10 matchups when his PRA is 17 or above. So he's been trending up. Like I mentioned, Cade Cunningham is out of the lineup. So I'll be taking the over on that. And my last leg to complete this 5-man, there's 2 options. You can take Jason Tatum's fantasy or Victor Wembanyama. I'm going to go with Victor Wembanyama's fantasy. But I like Tatum's fantasy as well. I have Tatum on another slip. But for this slip, for this 5-man, I do have a little bit more confidence on Victor Wembanyama. Should be a good matchup against Boston. Obviously, moneyline Boston will win this game. But Victor Wembanyama's fantasy score, he's been averaging in the mid-40s to close 50. He had a 62 against Atlanta a couple days ago. So he's been trending up. He's getting his feet wet in the NBA. It is his rookie season. Most likely will win Rookie of the Year. So I'll be taking the over on his fantasy score. So those are my top 5 props. Spencer Dinwiddie and Bam Adebayo less fantasy. Alec Burks over PRA. Isaiah Stewart over PRA. And Victor Wembanyama over fantasy. Tatum is another option for fantasy as well. So good luck, mix and match. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. If you guys need help on Daily Grind Fantasy, use on the description below the link to use. And I'll see you guys in the next one.